Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down Robert Kiyosaki's game-changing idea, the Cashflow Quadrant. It's a really simple diagram, but trust me, it can totally change the way you look at money, work, and what it really means to be financially free.
Let's just start with a feeling. That little nagging voice in the back of your head that makes you wonder if you're just playing a role in a story that someone else wrote for you. It's this sense that you're working really hard, but maybe not actually getting any closer to where you want to be.
And this is exactly what happens when we follow that script. It's a huge problem, right? So many people get out of school, jump on the career ladder, and then one day they wake up and realize they're just stuck. Stuck on a treadmill, running faster and faster, but not really going anywhere that feels like freedom.
So, this is what Kiyosaki calls the financial script. It's the one most of us are taught from day one, and we rarely even think to question it. So, what does this old conventional script actually look like?
Sound familiar? I bet it does. You get a good job, you make more money, so you spend more money. Every time you get a raise, it feels like your taxes go up and you just find new ways to go into debt. It's this endless loop that Kiyosaki famously calls the rat race.
And listen to this quote. It comes from a friend of the author, a successful lawyer of all people. It just hammers home a crucial point. Having a high income does not equal happiness. You can be making great money but feel completely trapped and unfulfilled.
But what if there was a different way to look at all this? What if there was another option, a new map that could lead you off that treadmill for good? Well, that's exactly what we're about to get into. Let's dive into the cash flow quadrant. All right, first up, top left corner, we've got the E for employee. This is where most of us start out, right? The big driver here is security, that safe, predictable paycheck. The trade-off, though, is that you have very little control. You're trading your time for money inside someone else's system. Okay, right below that, we have the S. This is for self-employed folks or small business owners. These are the people who really value their independence. They want to be their own boss. But the catch is, you often just become the toughest boss you've ever had. You are the system. So if you stop working, the money stops too. Now, let's jump over to the top right side. This is B for business owner. And this is a massive, massive shift in thinking. The goal here isn't to be the system, it's to build a system that works even when you're not there. The founder of a huge coffee chain isn't in there making every single latte. They created a system that other people can run successfully.
And finally, we get to the I for investor. You could call this the quadrant of true financial freedom. Here, your money is working for you, not the other way around. Your assets are the employees, generating income for you 24/7, whether you're working, sleeping, or on vacation. And when you see it all laid out like this side by side, it's pretty eye-opening. Just listen to the language. An E is looking for security and benefits. An S says, if you want it done right, do it yourself. But the B is looking for the best people to join their system. And the I is always asking, what's my return on investment? The words they use reveal their entire worldview. But here's the real kicker. It's not just about 4 different boxes. There's this massive fundamental divide between the left side, the E's and the S's, and the right side, the B's and the I's. And understanding this divide, well, that's everything. This chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's not really about how much money you make. It's about what drives you deep down. The left side is driven by a need for security. For them, the fear of failure can be absolutely paralyzing. But the right side? They're driven by freedom. And they see failure completely differently, not as a disaster, but as a learning opportunity, as valuable data.
So making that jump from the left side to the right side isn't like just getting a new job. Kiyosaki says it's a change as big as a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It's a total transformation of who you are, how you think, and the people you surround yourself with. It changes you at your core.
Okay, so if it's such a profound change, how in the world do you actually do it? Well, the good news is, it's not about quitting your job tomorrow and risking it all. It's about changing your mindset first, and then your actions one step at a time.
And if you need proof that it's possible, just look at Robert Kiyosaki's own story. I mean, think about it. In 1985, he was homeless and in debt. Just 4 years later, he was a millionaire. And by 1994, he was financially free. It just goes to show you, it doesn't take money to make money. It takes a new way of thinking and a different kind of education. And this right here is the absolute heart of it all. It's not about just doing things like buying a certain stock or piece of real estate. It's about becoming the kind of person who can handle that world. It's about developing the emotional strength to manage risk and the resilience to learn from your mistakes instead of letting them crush you. So you don't have to take some giant, scary leap across this divide. You can start with these small, consistent baby steps. First, mind your own business. Become the CEO of you. You have to know where your money is coming from and where it's going. Second, get financially educated. And that doesn't necessarily mean a formal degree. It means reading, listening, and maybe even playing financial games to learn without real-world risk. Third, and this one's huge, find mentors. Find people who are already on the B or I side and just learn how they think. And finally, you have to change your relationship with disappointment. People on the right side actually expect to make mistakes. They see it as paying tuition for a priceless lesson. At the end of the day, the cash flow quadrant isn't a strict rule book you have to follow exactly. Think of it more like a map that's there to help you discover and navigate your own unique journey to whatever financial freedom means to you. And this quote just sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? The real prize isn't just arriving in the BRI quadrant. It's the whole journey of learning and growing and becoming the person who can actually thrive on that side of the map. The path is the goal.
So let me ask you to take just a second and be really honest with yourself. Where does your income primarily come from right now? Are you an E, an S, a B, or an I? And after seeing all this, where do you really want to be? You know, they say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's not about making some huge, intimidating leap. It's about taking one small, intentional step. It could be buying a book, analyzing your budget, or just reaching out to someone you admire. The only question left is, what's your first step going to be?